you doing, Jeff?
I'm getting on the pole.
The pole?
Yeah, doing the fitness pole.
I don't think that's the right pole.
Well, K&A Fitness is going to be here.
Yes, they are. They're going to teach us about pole fitness, but that's not the right pole.
Well, then what am I supposed to do with this?
Sweep up.
Jeff.
Welcome to the scene. Hey, a little programming note here for you folks. Next show is going to be our last show of the season. I know you're broken up about that. It's not that we don't want to give you another show. It's the fact that I'm running out of clothes, so we got to take a little break for the holiday season. Hopefully Santa Claus can bring me some new stuff to wear, and then we'll be right back at you. And that next show is going to be very exciting. We're going to be talking about the elections. Who's running, why they're running. You're going to get my wonderful insight on it. Charles and my lovely friend here, Shauna's going to give her insight on it. I'm going to tell you who I'm voting for. I know you want to hear that. They probably will not. I'm not scared. They might want to keep their vote silent, so stay tuned for that. But right now, we're going to, K&A Pole Fitness is going to be with us in a second. Right now, we're getting into something that Shauna wants to talk about. This is big.
It's kind of big.
It's big.
It's big because it involves the Vatican.
Yes.
And the Pope.
Yep.
And a lot of people.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So, apparently, there's been a stunning shift on gays and lesbians by the Vatican. What do you think about that?
Shifting to what?
Shifting to...
What does that mean?
Shifting to more...
That's really touchy. Really touchy.
I'm not going there.
What did they shift to?
I'm not going there.
Well, they shifted to the fact that they're being a little bit more open about accepting the lifestyle. So I think that
cool.
That's pretty interesting. And I'm kind of digging this Pope guy. You know, I'm not Catholic.
Okay. Me either.
But I think it's...
Catholics are people too.
Sure. And I think it's time that the Catholic faith saw some changes in the way that they look at some things. So I'm pretty excited about it for all the Catholic people out there.
But it's probably some of them that's not agreeing with you right now.
Yeah, I would think that there probably are. But are those like the old, the old diehard Catholics, the people that were raised?
I thought she was going to say something.
What? What did you think I was going to say?
I was like, we might have to stop the camera.
No.
I didn't know what you were going to say.
No, I was just going to say, those people that are the older generation of Catholics, maybe that's a better description than diehard.
Right.
Traditional.
Traditional, that's a good word.
Traditional Catholics,
yeah.
Yes.
So they might be a little bit upset about some of this, but I'm thinking that, the new era of Catholics, the younger generation, the people that are living day in and day out with all of the new things that we seem to be coming forward with
more
in
accepting,
society and
progressive.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. Right, but in the same token, now we're gonna neglect the old or the traditional.
No, we're just gonna bring them up to speed.
Well, how do you know they want to come up to speed though?
Well, it's time, because the Pope says so.
This Pope is going to bring them dragging and screaming into the 21st century.
Like,
is that what you're trying to say? But what did he say? What did he say?
Well,
you got some quotes here.
I do. In 2013, he is famous for saying, "Who am I to judge gays and lesbians?" So that's forward thinking.
That's a good one.
That's very much forward thinking.
Who is anybody to judge anybody?
Absolutely.
That's right.
And I like the fact that he is now talking about the fact that homosexuals have gifts and qualities to offer to the Christian community.
Gifts like they could buy me shirts? They're gonna buy me shirts and clothes or what? No?
Maybe Santa Claus will, but...
But wait, I take that a little bit condescending.
What?
He said they have gifts. Mm-hmm. Like, just because you're a homosexual, you couldn't possibly have gifts. you couldn't possibly offer anything? Am I reading into that quote a little bit too much?
Well, hasn't that been the mentality all along?
Have people had that? Really?
I know people that have that mentality.
They're people too.
Exactly. I'm definitely not arguing with you on that point. Okay. Not at all.
All right.
I'm just saying that it's time that we bring all of this to light, and it's nice that the Catholic faith is starting to realize that there are
true. He's the first
gifts
pope,
and qualities. You know,
he's the first pope to say anything like that. So
sure.
Yeah, we got to give him some
major props.
Some dap for that, or props.
That's right. Props for the Pope.
Dap.
I can't even say
Can
it.
we fist bump the Pope? I hope I'm not offending the Catholic.
There's probably some that are wanting to bump him.
They probably want to bump him in the head.
I'm not saying, but there's probably some that do.
Right. You're right. There are people who are not happy with
this. And there's probably
this.
some that's happy. I understand that part. And the freedom part, I kind of understand. I mean, I don't think that they should be maybe discriminated against. I don't feel that should happen. But, I mean, in another way, I feel there's another discrimination part taking place when you say the older traditional ones, they got to change their ways to meet their ways, and that's the same thing we say, or he's saying in reverse for the younger. So I don't know where you really draw the line, because either way it's going to offend somebody.
But that kind of happens with inclusion, right?
Right.
When you decide you want to include different groups of people, we can even say black people, even.
Yeah.
There were people who were resistant to that.
Right.
Jackie Robinson had to break the color barrier.
Right.
And you could watch that movie 42 and the stuff that man went through. Woo, don't know how he did it, but I thank God for him. So, yeah, there's some people that I'm sure that are not happy with that. But do we want to exclude groups of people in a country where we're supposed to be free?
No, we do not.
Although the Pope is not from this country, I'm speaking from an American perspective here.
But what I'm saying, my point would be that the way we change things, we're offending somebody anyway.
Yes.
Either way we go, it's going to be offending somebody. It doesn't matter.
Right. If we don't include them, they're offended.
Right.
If we do include them, somebody's going to be offended.
Right.
So who do we want? Do we flip the coin? The offensive coin? We need to get an offensive big wheel.
Why can't we just all get along? That's what I want to know. Why can't we just all get along? Why does there have to be so much animosity between what you want, what I think's fair, what you think's fair? Obviously, no one's ever going to agree 100% on everything. But open-mindedness and acceptance can go a long way.
I'm all for open-mindedness and acceptance.
Good. Then I like you today.
Today. Just today.
What about Ebola? What's going on with
that? What about it? We're all going to die. That's all it is. Everybody's going to die. We're going to have blood coming out of our eyes.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, here, I wasn't worried at first. I can tell you, I wasn't worried.
Yeah.
Thought, it's pretty much, it's over there. It was nothing. It's no big deal. And then the CDC came out and said, we have this under control. And Rick Perry said, don't worry, we got this under control. And I knew, as soon as I heard a politician say, we have this under control, it was a lie. Mm-hmm. It's a lie. We do not have this under control.
So now you're saying all politicians lie.
Uh-oh.
I just caught that. It took a second.
I'm trying to think of the ones that I've met that haven't. And I keep searching my mind, and I can't find any. Or I shouldn't say lie. They're trying not to, nobody wants to panic. Nobody wants any Ebola panic, right? I mean, the last thing you want is people walking around with gas masks on, somebody sneezing, and people are tackling them and trying to take them to the hospital. I mean, we don't want that.
Right.
But, I mean, this is a pretty serious disease. It's killing 70%, that's 70% of the people who catch it in Liberia. 7 out of 10, boom, dead. That's pretty serious.
So today I read that the guy in Texas
Yes,
who died.
The one who brought it here.
Right.
And whose nurse? The nurse, what got to them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There were 70 different people that treated him.
Yes.
Why do we need 70 people treating the same patient? I mean,
well, because we probably don't know what we're really doing. And in reality, I don't think if they had the cure, everybody's trying to get their little piece in there to say, maybe we need to do this, maybe we need to do this, or maybe we need to do this.
well, can't that be done with an instruction sheet? I mean, do you have to send 70 people through all of that and give them, the chance of contracting it? And 70 people times how many people do they come in contact with?
Ain't they sending the Army or the Marines or one of them forces over there?
And they're coming back, and we have people. See, here's my thing about it. We always talk about how we want to fight terrorism over there, right?
Uh-huh.
We throw everybody's worried about ISIS, right? ISIS is the big thing now. We're worried about ISIS. Well, why can't we fight, why didn't we fight Ebola over there? Why did we allow it to come here? I mean, I know we have an open society and people can get on planes and come and whatever, but every person who got on a plane from that region of the world, we should have been, I don't know, checking them, putting some tape on them, but what do you do, like making them urine on something like you do when you find out you're pregnant? I don't know, man, I ain't got no answer.
There's not an
I'm
Ebola
just saying, I don't want
stick that you
Ebola
pee on,
in my city. That's all I'm saying. I mean, it doesn't seem like.
Well, you don't think, how you think the people felt in Texas?
Well,
and that's close to you. That's close to us.
That is close.
Well, there's
my brother lives in
Kansas
Dallas.
City's close to us too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they have really confirmed that case in Kansas City, but that's getting really close as well.
Yes.
Well, what's Dallas? Only about 5 hours or so?
Yeah, I don't even want to go to the restaurant anymore. What if a person sneezes? Bring me my Big Mac, I chew, and then all of a sudden I'm eating Ebola. I mean, come on. I mean, you laugh, but
no,
right now
I
they're
take
saying
it
it's not
seriously.
airborne, but I guarantee you next week they'll be like, hey, this thing could be airborne. I mean,
because they don't know.
They don't know.
They don't know.
And if we would have squashed it over there, maybe we wouldn't have to deal with it here. That's all I'm just saying.
Well, the thing that concerns me is that they don't know for sure how the nurse contracted it. They say it was a breach. Okay, well, a breach of what? Is it now contracted a different way? Did they think it was only contracted these certain ways, and so that's what they used to keep everybody from contracting it, and now there's a breach of some kind, so is there now another way to contract it that they didn't know about before? That's what concerns me. I hope that's not the case. I hope that maybe she just made a mistake, but...
It's in Africa.
I mean, no, where...
Where exactly?
Yeah, who created this germ or whatever?
Now that's... I don't know.
Wow.
That's the CIA. No, I'm just kidding.
We blame everything else on the president.
I'm kidding.
We blame everything else on the president.
Yeah, Obama did it.
Obama, it's all his fault.
Yeah, whatever.
Wow.
Yeah,
I blame everything else on him.
Well,
he's the reason why the Chiefs
they're going to meet you at your house now. Sure.
Oh my gosh. Chiefs, football, baseball.
The Royals.
Yay!
Are we excited about the Kansas City Royals?
We're really excited about our teams.
Yes, they're
It's
doing
awesome.
good.
It's awesome. So there's a game tonight, so we'll be wrapping this up early so we can all get home to the game.
Right, we're going to have to get to the game really quick.
Yeah.
We're going to go see that. And speaking of game, South Central this weekend.
That's cool.
Correct.
Now, who
South
has the
Central
tailgate, South or Central? Or do they combine that?
South is the home team.
South is home team? All right, so it's...
So that's, they're sponsoring the tailgate.
Good.
So support your Cougars at the tailgate.
Yeah, support your Cougars.
Yeah.
Watch it now.
I know, my kids are, right now, they're probably chucking stuff at the TV. I can't tell, I say, hey, I went there, you would have gone there, but your mom wanted to buy the house on this side of town, so
That's right.
you get to be Mustangs.
I grew up a Cougar, and then my kids went to Central, so I became a Mustang.
Is that just the way it goes?
It's just like a lot of that going on. I told you that earlier. Like I'm talking to one of the teachers that was from South, and he's got all this Mustang stuff on. I'm going, what's wrong? What's happening?
There's a bet.
But they've moved over to the Central side, so.
Well, today a friend of mine picked up a KU koozie someplace over the weekend where he was. And he's a K-State fan, so he brought it in, laid it on my desk. I'm like, sure, I'll take that. Cover up my beer with the KU koozie. I'm all right with that.
You were drinking beer at work? Where do you work?
No, not at work.
Oh.
Not at work.
I thought you
Just
said
at
work.
lunch, between, just over lunch.
I was like, I want that job. How do I get that job? That's what I want. Before Ebola comes to kill me, I want to have the job where I can drink beer at work. Sounds great.
Well, you telework. Can't you drink beer at work?
Oh, no, I have to talk to customers. Last thing you want me doing is talking to customers after I've had a few beers.
Well, that's true.
It could go bad.
That's true. I've been with you when you had a few beers, and that could get ugly.
It could.
All right. So.
All right, we'll be right back with K&A Pole Fitness. Stay tuned.
Exciting.
By law, public access is open to all citizens and to all viewpoints and for only non-commercial purposes. If you have any idea for a television program, we want you to be a member and we want to cablecast your program. TV for you, by you. Just give us a call at 785-823-2500 to find out more.
You made it. Years of hard work, investing, planning, and now you're here. The long-awaited reward you spent a lifetime looking forward to. But what now? After years of growing a nest egg, now you may want to manage it. Use it to fund your dreams. Make it last as long as you need it. And leave some for those you love. So what do you do? Wall Street continues to be uncertain, and some conservative options have dropped through the floor. How do you maintain opportunities for growth and reduce risk of loss from market changes? That's where we come in. We are financial professionals. From insurance products to tax reduction strategies and guaranteed retirement income you cannot outlive, provided by the claims-paying ability of insurance companies. You've worked a lifetime to get here. Let us help you enjoy it to the fullest. For a complimentary consultation, simply contact us today.
However you get to access, just get to access. Come visit us at 215 North 9th Street, Saline, Kansas. Phone number is 785-823-2500.
We're back. All right, now from K&A Pole Fitness, we have Ashley Grenick. She's going to do a demonstration for us.
Hi, my name's Ashley Grenick. I'm the pole fitness instructor of K&A Pole Fitness. And I'm going to show you kind of a few examples of what we do and what we do in the classes. The first one I'm going to do is level 1. We do start the class with a good, nice warm-up. You don't want to pull anything or injure yourself. After our warm-up, we do a few exercises to start building up the strength to do harder tricks in the later levels. A few of the stuff that we do, it's called a pole hold. And basically we start, we just engage all of our upper body muscles here, and we kind of pick up our feet and hold and come back down. And you really start feeling that in your arms, upper back, lower back, and the chest. This, like I said, starts building up the upper body strength. We also have a split grip, and this one we use in quite a few tricks as well. This one we do the same thing, pick up our feet, just kind of hold ourselves and bring it back down. Then later we start doing some of the actual fun tricks, the part that everybody wants to do. One of the first ones that we learn is called a fireman spin. And this one actually is one of my favorites. Just kind of spinning around here. That one starts as a spin, but later you incorporate that into climbing the pole. So everything that you do in level 1, you use it in each individual level. They're basically building blocks to, like I said, move up into other levels. Another trick that we do is called a front hook spin. This one, you hook your leg, and you kind of swing around. And there's different places that we can put our legs. And that's just a few examples of level 1. And then level 2, we do some of the same exercises. They get a little bit harder. when you actually pick up your feet all the way, and we're gonna hold for a little bit longer and come back down. And then the same thing for the split grip. And we do everything on both sides. You don't wanna end up having one side all beefed up and then the other side's not matching. So we do the same thing. We actually pick up our feet all the way and hold and come back down. Now level 2, we start getting into the tricks that are a little bit more into the upper body strength. One of the first ones that we learn is called a diamond spin. And you kind of just make a little diamond with your legs. And we do a chair spin, kind of sitting in a little chair. And those are a couple examples. Then level 3, we start getting into a little bit harder stuff. One of my favorite things, which is also kind of hard, might be a little bit intimidating, but it's really not bad, I promise. Once you actually get into level 3, you will be fully capable of doing it. You're not just gonna jump right into it. But we do a beginner handstand, and we're gonna come down and prop our legs up, and then walk in. And now you're doing a handstand. And then we just come back down. Oh, sorry, I got stuck. It's kind of sticky. So that's one example. We also do what's called a pole sit. And this is kind of where we start getting into actually getting on the pole. And we also have a pole stand. You're gonna stand on the pole. And this is to start conditioning your legs into getting on the pole. And then our level 4, we actually get into doing some really fun, exciting stuff. We start doing a climb, which is where that fireman spin came in. You can actually climb up on the pole. And from here, you can also do some of the stuff that we learned in the previous levels. You can sit, also do a pole stand, pole spinning. And then, while I'm up here, we also do what's called an invert. So we're gonna actually hang upside down. And like I said, kind of intimidating, but once you actually get up to that level, you will be fully capable of doing all of these tricks.
Whatever your world, Access TV can put it on air. Give us a call at 823-2500. Are you a noob? Access TV doesn't care. Come on down and we'll show you how to edit, to film, to even run a soundboard. Give us a call at 823-2500.
Welcome back to the scene. We have from K&A Pole Fitness, Kristen Brown and Ashley Grinick with us. My first question is for Ashley. And Ashley, I have to ask, how long was it before you could do what you just did? A, looking so graceful, and B, not being out of breath? Because I would have just been like this. How long did that take?
Well, I've actually been dancing for over 20 years, and not just pole fitness, but different kinds of dancing. So that grace has kind of been a lifetime practice. The actual tricks, I've kind of had to learn them on my own to begin with, and then when I actually went and got certified, then learned I wasn't doing them right, so I had to reteach myself how to do them. Once I actually buckle down and start doing tricks, to learn a new one can take me anywhere between a few tries to a month. And there's actually one I'm working on now that's taken me about a month and a half so far that I still haven't quite got yet. So it kind of just depends on what I'm working on, and it's just kind of a wide range. It also depends on how much time I have to work on it, along with how tired I am.
How about you, Kristen? I assume you also do this, and you two own the business together.
Yeah, we own the business together. I do actually, I've danced for probably off and on 10 years, so I can do some of those things. Not quite as advanced as she is, for sure. I'm not certified like she is, so, just practice, and then the money to get out there to get certified, so.
So how much does that cost?
Not including your hotel, plane ticket, or food, it costs $3,500, correct? For just the certification?
For levels 1 through 4.
1 through 4.
There's also, you can get certified for 5 and 6, and then there's soon to be a 7. 7 would basically be your professional competition levels. Right now, I'm about a 6. I'm not certified to teach it, so I kind of do that on my own. But hopefully within the next year, we can get Kristen certified in the first 4 levels, and then I want to get 5 and 6. And I think 5 and 6 a piece are another $1,500 a piece, and that's just going through the gal that I went and got certified through. She's actually the original pole fitness instructor, like the one that actually basically started it.
So who is that?
Fauna Dietrich?
It's Fauna Dietrich.
There we go, thank you.
Yeah, she's out of Canada.
Yeah, it actually started in Canada in like the 1980s with actual pole fitness stuff, and then she came down and started it in the U.S. and it's worldwide.
And then she started her school out in Vegas, and to go there, hotel costs, airfare, food, it's probably about $5,000 to go get certified.
Wow.
Have you
for
met
levels
her?
1 through 4.
Have you met her? I'm just wondering, how did she get this idea? I just wonder.
She originated as a stripper. I'm going to let the elephant out of the room, everybody. as a dancer.
He wasn't an elephant.
It never crossed my mind.
So anyway, she started out as at a gentleman's club, and she got to where she enjoyed fitness, and then she got really good at doing all the pole tricks, and then she'd actually have girls come to her asking her advice and tips and wanting them to teach her, and she kind of thought to herself, well, why isn't there a school for this? They have ballet schools, they have tap dance, belly dancing schools, stuff like that. Why not have pole fitness? And I do believe she opened up in the 90s?
Yeah, the early 1990s, 1994.
So, and she's been, now she's gotten so huge, she's got 2 schools located in Vegas, and she's on numerous committees and boards for professional pole dancing. She's one of the innovators behind the Olympics, because it's on the ballot to be put in the Olympics. They're believing that by 2020 it will be in the Olympics. Because if you
crossed.
Yeah, right? Because if you think about it, it's very similar to gymnastics. It's just a different type of equipment, and it's a different form. But what's different about pole fitness is it's just so much more fun, and you can add so much more art and grace to it, as opposed to gymnastics, where it's very rigid and very strict, and they have a certain set of regulations. And that's actually the one thing that's very difficult as to why it's such a slow process to get into Olympics, is because they're trying to figure out how to,
How are you going to score this?
Yes.
How do you get the East German judge to give you a 10? No crack at East Germans,
Right?
I'm just saying.
Right. It's definitely over the years gotten a lot easier to judge, and there's actually different styles. There's different competitions, and over the years they're kind of getting more and more developed with it. And
so, is there different poles also, like?
Yeah. There's Normally, the ones that we use in our studio, they're the 45 centimeter, or millimeter, sorry, 45 millimeter. They're probably in between. There's a 40 millimeter and then a 50 millimeter. And the 45 is probably the most common. It's my favorite anyway, size-wise.
And why is that?
It feels better, it fits better. The 50 kind of is like this big, about like that. The smaller the pole, the easier you can grip on it, and the easier it is to kind of do tricks and stuff, versus trying to grab something on bigger and trying to lift yourself. It's a little bit more difficult.
And then there's brass, chrome, and stainless steel. So.
Yeah, there's different materials.
Yeah.
We use
Does that
chrome.
give like a different, I mean, can you spin different with brass and chrome?
It depends. It just how you stick. And then for one, like I have sensitive skin, so I kind of have to use the stainless steel, because if not, I can break out really easy if I have too long of contact. And then just...
It depends on the weather too.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're in an area that has a high humidity and you're using a brass pole, you'll stick like glue. And then there's sometimes if it's really, really dry, then you have a hard time actually sticking to the pole, and you'll kind of slide a little bit. So
there's not anything equipment-wise that you use?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
There's hand chalk that actually comes in liquid or a powder, but it'll help you get a good grip. And then there's actually a kind of a body mist. And I love it. It's amazing. But it helps you stick really well, and there's actually different formulas for different areas that you live in. And it moisturizes, but it also doesn't leave anything on the pole, because you can't use any lotions or oils, because you'll just slide right off. And it also will wear and tear on the pole. And then if somebody tries to come and use it after you, then they won't be able to use the pole correctly. They'll slide right off too.
So they got special oils and stuff? Is there special clothes, or is it just like dance kind of leotard stuff?
We actually have a pull sleeve on the pole, which is, it kind of squeaks a little bit, but that's why I got stuck. With that, you can wear, you can be fully clothed and still be able to stick. Normally, you want to wear something comfortable, but usually about kind of mid-thigh, and then usually a tank top, because you have to have skin contact with the pole in order to be able to stick to it. In the later levels, you do need more skin showing, and that's strictly for the skin contact with the pole. When you start going upside down, you kind of need more midsection, because you're using all of your exposed skin to help you with different tricks. But for levels 1 and 2, you can wear something comfortable. Then later in levels, you want to wear something a little bit more fitted. But yeah, about mid-thigh, probably about a tank top. You can do about levels 1. You can do at least 1, 2, and 3. Level 4, you kind of want to wear something that's a little bit more fitted.
Yeah.
But
and then of course, as you get further along, if you decide you want to do competitions, I mean, it is leotard type stuff. So
yeah, that's where you start getting into like your
bikini type.
your bikini kind of type of stuff.
So this is a business now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what made you take it to a business level?
She originally went and got certified, had always had the dream of opening up a pole fitness studio. I have always had the dream of being a business owner and doing something to, help people to lead healthier lives. Because I actually have a certificate. I went to school, got certified as a fitness instructor. So we're just kind of into the fitness thing. So we've worked together for the last 5 years and graduated from school, and then just the idea was, boom, hey, pole fitness studio, dude, awesome. That was her, not me. Yeah. But then I was like, dude.
Yeah. We've been best friends for a long time too, so it works out.
Well, I definitely have some more questions, but we're going to take a little break and we'll be right back.
Awesome.
However you get to access, just get to access. Come visit us at 215 North 9th Street, Salina, Kansas. Phone number is 75823-2500.
All right, we're back with K&A Pole Fitness. I'm going to have to go to the glasses here because I got an interesting one I want to ask right off. So what are the benefits of pole dancing over weight training or cardio or running or something like that?
Well, we've focused on the fitness part. Pole dancing is more of the actual dancing and the art form. We're focused more on the fitness part, which is where you get a lot more of your exercise in. Pole fitness, at least like the main benefit of pole fitness versus your stereotypical weight training or cardio, it works a lot more of your muscles at one time versus if you're just doing a bicep curl. I mean, you're mostly working on your biceps versus some of the exercises that we do, you're working on your whole upper body. And then it has cardio plus strength training plus flexibility all wrapped into one. So you can do an hour class with me and you can get the same kind of benefits if you go to the gym for 2 hours working on cardio and flexibility and strength training. Although I am a huge fan of doing different kinds, and definitely going into the gym and doing strength training will only advance your pole fitness and being able to move up in the levels and being able to perform the more difficult tricks.
See, I am more traditional weights. And like she said, it's not so, excuse me, like stationary. It doesn't target just one area. Also, it's a lot more fun to do pole fitness, and as opposed to like running or jogging or hiking, it's not as difficult on your joints either. And that's the other thing that's really beneficial.
Pretty low impact, and again, depending on what you're doing. I definitely I have some women who have some joint problems and stuff, and I kind of adjust my classes to make sure that they're still getting their full workout without aggravating any injuries or any kind of problems that they have. I actually have a lot of hip problems. So depending on, what I'm doing in classes and stuff, I definitely kind of adjust my own personal workout around some of my, issues, I guess, that I have. It's definitely a lot more fun. It's not your, traditional where you go to the gym and do the same kind of workout for 3 weeks and then kind of switch it up. Pole fitness is endless. They are constantly, professionals are constantly coming up with new tricks, new ideas, new different fitness, new different workouts to do with the pole, off the pole. It's definitely my favorite form, and like I said, I've danced for over 20 years.
Is it for any age?
Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely.
So if I want to try this out, Jeff?
No, don't do it.
I feel like what I saw you do would just be totally impossible for me to do.
Absolutely not. My mom loves it. I got my mom on the pole, and she thought it was a blast. And we've actually done a few pole parties where we've had
actually, the majority of our ladies that come in, they're 30s, 40s, and 50s that come in and do our pole parties. Which the pole parties focus more on the fun aspect, not so much the fitness, because we only have a condensed amount of time. They come in the one time. So, but yeah, we do recommend that you at least be 18 years of age and older. There are instances where people are starting to get children involved in pole fitness, which it's actually a controversial issue because they feel like, once again, the elephant's in the room, the stripping aspect of it. But that, to me, no longer really applies when you can do so much art and have so much fun and gain so much strength and flexibility from this.
My main issue with the 18 and up is that because pole fitness is a different kind of workout, it's kind of harmful for children who are still developing those muscles, who are still growing. I mean, you have your gymnasts and who do this stuff little and getting up there, and then once they're older, they have a lot of issues. They have a lot of bad joints and have a lot of problems. And that's my main thing. Isn't so much, about the whole controversial thing, because we have kids and they've been on the pole, played on the pole and stuff, and we have no problem bringing them to the studio while we're doing workouts and stuff. But my main issue is just developing. The children still developing their muscles and joints and stuff.
Right, you have to be pretty strong to support your own body weight. I mean, you had that one trick, you were like upside down, and I was just thinking,
you develop it. You develop it because when we started out, we had no upper body strength. I couldn't even do a push-up. And, you know, like now.
I could, but
well, I mean,
because I was very sports active.
But most of my power was in my legs.
Yeah.
I mean, I was very athletic in school too. But yeah, now, you know, I can teach 4 or 5 different classes and then still dance for another few hours after that. And
so what's the oldest person you got in there now?
Right now, taking classes, we haven't had anyone, I think, above the age of 40. But our pole parties, we had a gal, she was 57 or 62?
57, I think.
Yeah, she was 57.
Yeah, late 50s.
And of course,
she had a blast.
Yeah, and then on our Facebook page, you know, we're always putting things on there. We had one video where there was an elderly woman in her 80s doing pole fitness. So it was really amazing to see.
I mean, it's never too late to start. There's actually, in the competitions, they have different, you know, categories, like you would in most competitions, and they actually have a competition for 60 and up. And there's ladies that are 60 and up who've been doing it they've only been doing it for a couple years, and they're competing and getting medals, and they're doing the same thing that 30-year-olds are doing.
Do you have any men participating?
What about men? What about us? What about me and Charles? What about us?
You guys, more than welcome.
More than welcome. We definitely have men that are a little bit more reluctant. They kind of, you know, smile and chuckle and stuff like that. But there actually are men's competitions now. They've, I don't want to say segregated, but, you know, they would come into women's competitions, and obviously they have the upper body capabilities that women necessarily don't, and so they would dominate the competition. So they have actually split it up into 2. So.
But I actually, I do keep my men and women separated, and not because I don't want them in the same class or anything. I mean, and it's for the women too. They don't want to feel like that they're kind of, you know, being watched by the men or anything. But my main thing is that my men's classes are different than my women's classes. You know, women want to focus more on kind of toning and flexibility, and my guys want to focus more on actually, you know, beefing up. So I adjust my classes accordingly, depending on whatever you want to kind of achieve in the class.
So how has the reception for this pole fitness been in Salina? I mean, obviously there's a lot of stigma that surrounds the pole.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, how's the response been for your classes?
It's been pretty good. We've had quite a bit of interest. It's just the problem is that people they hear about us and they live in Wichita, or they live in Junction, or, you know, they live out of town, and it's just difficult to get to where we're at. But we're slowly picking up. It's, you know, we're a brand new business, baby business, you know.
It's definitely becoming more welcomed.
Come on, Saline, get on the pole.
So is all the poles like, is there any of them that's stationary where they?
Yes, there is the static version. We just have this on, this spinning.
Yeah,
so.
it's really hard to spin on my own when I'm stuck to the pole
When the
sleeve.
pole
But
sleeve's
actually, I teach on the static poles, the stationary ones. It's harder to, well, you build more upper body strength learning on a stationary, and then you can turn it into spinning, and then it's easier to go from static to spinning than to go the other way around. And doing the fitness part, like I said, we're focused more on healthy living, and you definitely achieve that better with a static pole. So yeah, that's what I teach my classes on.
So I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I would like to know what nights you teach. Is it every day of the week? How much your classes run?
Right now,
class size?
Wednesday through Saturday. Wednesday and Thursday we're open till 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Friday, Saturday, 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. Basically, right now we can support 5 people in a class for the classes. Pole parties, you know, 5 and under, and then 6 and above. And then our prices range. Level 1 for a single session, it's $15, $20 for level 2, $25 for level 3, and then $35 for level 4. And then we have packages, which Ashley feels comfortable with having 4 sessions before she'll let you move on, possibly depending on how you do, to the next level. And packages, you know, are 50, 70, 75, and I think like 50, or no, that's not 50, like.
It's on our website.
Yeah, it's on our website. I can't remember what level 4 is because we don't have anyone in level 4 yet.
The website is?
www.kapolefitness.com.
Okay.
So where are you located at?
Right here on Santa Fe, downtown, in the Crest building where the old Brown Mackey was located, right in the basement.
Yep, we have a little banner up.
There's the Dollar
But yeah,
General
we've also been kind of adjusting our prices, trying to figure out what benefits both, you know, our clients plus us too. So yeah, we've kind of been, it's been a learning process, definitely been trying to figure out what, you know, like I said, works best for everybody. So, and right now we're actually, might be going to Fort Riley and teaching some classes.
Yeah,
We're kind of mid talking to them right now. So, I mean, it's definitely starting to expand. We're definitely starting to kind of get a little bit more welcomed.
All right. Well, we thank you ladies for your time. Thank you for the demonstration. Saline, get on the pole. Junction City, you're next to the pole. The scene.